Hello, Pessimistic Dreamer here with yet another shell challenge build. This time I'm doing LilSimsie's Justice for Cowplant shell challenge. In comparison, last time on my last video, I did Plumbella's PlumHELla challenge. In comparison, Plumbella's challenge is how to put it? It's more difficult, more challenging. More challenging. All challenges are challenging, but that's why they're called challenges. But the PlumHELla challenge was much more frustrating. That said, this one isn't easy. Um, because so much of this shell is on the diagonal. Excuse me. And because so much of the build is on the diagonal, that just makes things entertainingly challenging, let's put it like that. So, as usual, I start off with making the kitchen because the kitchen is the heart of the home. And as usual, I neglect to put in lights until I've been fiddling around with I think about half an hour. You saw a part there where I was starting around, faffing around with the staircase. Staircase was hard because you cannot, as you know, you can't place stairs on the diagonal. So that was a challenge. That was the biggest challenge. The roofing, the PlumHELla challenge was more of a challenge when it came to roofing. This post is challenge, but I figured something out that I was pretty happy with. But yeah, this is definitely a fun challenge to try out. So if you feel like doing it, obviously do so. Also the name, Justice for Cowplants. If you've seen LilSimsie's video, if you haven't, watch it. If you have, yeah, it would be quite nice being able to name your cowplants. I mean, if you can name that many other things, but you can't name cowplants, that's yeah, it's a valid point. Excuse me. But yeah, roofing. I think I'm actually pretty happy with what I managed to figure out with it. But obviously there's a bit of a lighting thingy that happens with it. Now as for the patio, I'm not entirely sold on what I did with the top bit there. I do tone it down a bit, but I'm still not 100% sold on it. So yeah, that's probably one thing I'm not 100% happy with in this build. But on the whole, I actually think I managed yet again to make quite a cute little house. So yeah. But again, I don't know, but for some reason I really do quite like black kitchens in the Sims. Next build I need to make. I don't know. I have made a pink kitchen before, and a little pink, mostly pink house. But I don't know, the black ones are just. I mean, this is such a cute counterpart. The counters are so cute. I like them. Now, let's see. I am as I said, on the whole, I'm pretty happy with it. The stairs are a challenge. Figuring out what kind of windows I want to use, obviously. Took me a little bit of thinking. Yeah. On the whole, I think my recordings were about 3 hours, and I didn't record everything. At the end, I was getting kind of, I don't know, a little bit frustrated. So I decided to do the end decorations, like the cluttering, did that off screen, and the entire yard. I'm actually really happy with how the yard turned out, but I did that entirely off screen. I didn't record any of it. It's probably helped me with actually making it. But yeah, this challenge was fun. It actually doing like the shell challenges after a day's work. Um, Although a bit frustrating, it does help you wind down a bit. So yeah, it's a happy thingy. I don't know what word I want. Oh yeah, I decided to use this color of the roof. Quite out of my comfort zone. Personally, I prefer like darker colors on the roofs, and because I'm raised in small towns with like my majority of the houses would have red roofs. So dark roofs and red roofs are more within my comfort zone, but this roof is really cute. I like it. Oh yeah, and figuring out how to do the decking. That was fun too. Now let's see. And again, you can't place stairs on the diagonal, so I had to add a little bit to decking. Decking. Decking is a funny word. It's a really funny, strange word. But yeah, that little side decking. I think that turned out pretty cute. Yeah, and then top it. I could not figure out what to do with the top it, so I just did this weird thing. I was originally gonna put like a lot of plants on top of it, but that just didn't work out. The floor plan gave me a bit of a headache because I could not figure out what I wanted to do. Just I couldn't. Um, that day it was a little bit hard to think, but I did manage to get there in the end. Um, so as LilSimsie would say, she would call that a half bathroom. Which I mean, I know it's in like listings for American houses, but that just sounds really strange. On top of the half bathroom is like, yeah, well, it is what it is. Also, at that point, all right, so with my keyboard, I can um, shrink things like the lights that I like to make smaller, so you can have lights without them really blocking like the view. For some reason, at that point, I couldn't do that. So for the rest of the recording that evening, I could not make things smaller, which turned out to be rather frustrating for me because that's a tool that I've come to really like. So obviously I had to figure out something else for the lights and actually use some of the lights that are in the game. So challenge. But yeah, so with my keyboard I have figured out how to shrink things. That came back after the morning after when I turned the computer back on and turned the game back on. Suddenly I could shrink the lights back. Weird. But with my keyboard I can do that, but I can't make things bigger. I don't really have bracket keys, and the key shortcuts are they're also tied with the cameras built into the game. So yeah, phone. My nitpicky there. So this actually turns out to be one of my favorite rooms. That's uh words. That room turns into my little laundry room, and I'm actually pretty proud of it. It's so cute. It turns out so cute. Uh, I'm actually really happy with it. The kitchen, it came together pretty easily, really. When you think about it, I didn't really have to spend too much time thinking. Because from the get-go, I knew that I wanted the kitchen to be there. Just I wanted it there. Mm. Now, obviously, most of this build is on the diagonal, which can make things a little challenging, but challenges are to be overcome. Um, Oh, I really, really like that, the laundry room stuff. And I decided to keep with the green and the bluish kind of color scheme, with at least like the washing machine and the dryer to keep with the outside of the house. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. But you might notice also there uh, on the counters there are these really, really weird shadow glazes. I tried putting lights over there. I tried just putting objects there, and the shadows just stay there. And yeah, this was the frustrating bit. Okay, the not being able to shrink the light, that was okay, a little bit annoying. Not being able to shrink these curtains, that was the most annoying bit. Because these curtains, when you make them smaller and just use them as like accent type, like for accent, um, they are so cute. I really like the Island Paradise curtains. They are so love it. But yeah, that shadow, they just they're just there. It's weird. Your build is weird. Yeah. Actually, really happy with that room. It's so cute. Silence, 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 because I can't figure out what I want to say. And yeah, another thing that I'm trying to work on more with my builds is putting in more clutter, because my voice is leaving. But like The Sims 4, the builds are so you can make such cute builds, and the more clutter that you put in, the more just lived in and homey it feels. I'm trying to remember at which point I cut out the recording. I think this is from the morning after. I'm not entirely sure. Because I made the majority of my recordings just before midnight. So no, wait, it's a little bit more. It's a little after that. But again, I that staircase was just such a headache. That was biggest headache. And actually, I think LilSimsie was talking about that when she was pretty much apologizing for her cell challenge. Is that the staircase was going to be very, very difficult because they do not place on the diagonal. Um, but we got there in the end, as to say. And yeah, I keep doing that thing where I don't decide, or rather, I have an easier time to decide on where to put the rooms by putting down the objects. And I really, really, really wanted to use that cabinet. I think I managed to do that. Yes, I do manage to fit in at the very, very end. Um, but to begin with, that bathroom, that bathroom was rather small. It's really cute. Cute, 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 cute. Excuse me, I need something to drink. I should have brought something nice and warm to drink, but I didn't. Excuse me. Mm, it's cold. But yeah, wouldn't it be awesome to have like flooring like that, like a greenish, bluish kind of tiles? Oh yeah, that's the morning after when my brain was actually starting to work again. Fun times. It's really, really nice when your brain is working. It's very helpful. I mean, it works for the most part. Like, I'm not gonna say that my brain is absolutely perfect, but it started to work after a good night's sleep. But yeah, this build is again, it's a fun challenge. Um, and I did watch LilSimsie's video on whatchamacallit, when she goes over the most interesting builds that she found that people made, and dear lord, some of the things that people make, I'm like, oh, and here I am just making cute family traditional pretty much house, and some people are making giant dragons that are fighting cowplants. Yeah. So I was thinking I was gonna fit in like 8 Sims in this house, making an 8 Sims household, which you obviously can. Um, but I end up making these rooms more like you can fit in like four kids and four adults, like no problem. But I decided to, make this a study, make the top floor entirely bedrooms, and making the kids room like more, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit more like what I would have liked to have when I was a kid. One of these days, I'm gonna make a really nice kid-friendly Sims house and just stuff it full of things that I would have liked to have as a kid. Bookcase, I placed it on a little bit of a weird angle because the railing was clipping through. Oh wait, I made that just before midnight. This not that this matters, it doesn't. But I realized when I was picked up the recordings again the morning after. Um, it's kind of funny because I realized at that point that I really should make shell challenges when I'm picking up like the furniture and stuff like that for the Sims builds. I should do that around midnight because then I'm so tired. I make choices I would not make when I'm fully rested, and the choices are interesting. Like I for some reason like the what's the pack called? Movie hangout thingies. I usually would not have picked any of those things because they would be too much out of my comfort zone and less like something I would pick from my own home. But when I'm too tired to actually think and I'm literally just picking out something because I like the colors of it, that's when I make more interesting choices, in my opinion. I think it's, I mean, at least I had a lot more fun reviewing my footage and deciding what to cut because the choices I was making, they were just a lot more colorful, a lot more just fun. Yeah. So yeah, this is definitely around midnight because I remember that one of the first things I did when I started the game up again was putting in walls. That coffee table. Usually I would not have picked it you know, for some reason. But at that point, I kind of just fell in love with the fact that it's this twin, two-tone, and it's really cute. And I love that dinner table. It's really pretty. You probably see it in most of my builds, I think. uh, yeah. Excuse me. I'm talking, so I start getting this nasal thing. So sorry if it annoys you. Oh yeah, that's the morning after because I have to put back in bbmoveobjects.com. Wait, what? Ugh, things. Yay, walls! But yeah, at this point I'm literally just putting in the walls. I do leave in arts, yeah. So these archways, they're fine. Alright, there's nothing wrong with them. I just really like the arches with the keystone. I still haven't found my style building where the square ones would be fit more in my opinion. And the shrinking of the lights. Yay! I never knew that day would come when I would be happy being able to shrink lights in The Sims 4. But that day has come. Yeah. I do think I ended up with a pretty cute like living room, mostly because I decided to keep the things that I picked out when I was too tired. Yeah. But yeah, as I said, I think I said, I did at the beginning. Sorry. I did leave out most of the. I didn't really record most of me picking out like clutter and decorations. I do have some of it in. Oh, excuse me. But most of it I didn't even bother recording. That color and that wallpaper is really, really cute. No, for some reason I generally just tend to go for the default like wallpapers. I don't really look at the other colors. I don't know why, because that peachy, stripy, yellowy thingy has look really cute. Mm. Those rocks are really cute too. Not sure about how I place them, but yeah, wanted to try it. That's a reason to try things. It's just wait, what? That's a reason to just do things. Just I mean, if I don't like it later on, I'll just make it differently. It's a Sims. It's not a commitment for life. And the painting of the wine glass has to be everywhere. All of my bills. But painting has to be there. But yeah, at least this time I remember to put in curtains. I remember to yeah okay. I was trying to remember. I did remember to put in the oh look, that's what I was talking about with these curtains. Like you can make them absolutely different sizes and just it can be so cute. But yeah, my pause was because I was trying to remember if I remember. Was trying to recall whether I'd remember to put in the outdoor slides because for some reason I keep forgetting them. Some of the things. Let's see. Excuse me. For some reason I just keep coughing now. Weird. And yeah, if I didn't have the Alt key to hold down while placing down like the rocks in the bedroom, I would have gone insane because this is all on the diagonal. So when you're just placing rocks, what's the word I'm looking for? Default style, they just turn out weird, um, skewed and just misaligned because the house is misaligned. So if I didn't have the Alt key, that rock would have turned me insane. And again, I do not put down carpets in my bedrooms because carpets are the devil. They are evil. They are dust collectors, and I do not stand for my Sims to suffer from dust allergies because I put down carpets. Rocks you can take out to the balcony and beat the dust out of them. Can't do that with carpets. And I forgot to put flooring on the balcony. Yeah, that's an easy fix. Uh, yeah. And again, this isn't quite a child's bedroom or a teenager bedroom. This is like more like a tweenie bedroom. Like, yeah, it's a tweenie. I don't know why I keep making tweenie bedrooms. It's like not kids and not tweens, but this is definitely a kid's bedroom for two little adorable little kitties. I did have fun trying to find out find more like kid-friendly stuff. Um, like kid furniture, and because this bedroom has a bit more space than the last ones I've been making. It's cute. Perfect for two kids that yeah room together. Also the shelvings. I discovered shelvings. But yeah, as I said before, most of the decoration I didn't bother filming or recording. Uh, see that in a moment when we go into the slow-mo recording. Wow, don't you just love it when your brain just stops working? And a chess table. You need a chess table. Just the Sims can have it. You should put it down. So I didn't record, as I said, my most of my decorating or the yard, but I'm very happy with it. I think the yard turned out really nice. Very cluttered, very rather overgrown in places, and some places it's like more upkept. But yeah, the house I feel turned out really cute. Like the bedrooms are all nice. They're cluttered. They have a lot of things in them. I mean, it's a spacious house, so they have place room to move. There's decoration like under the stairs that I'm very happy with the under stairs space. And yeah, I'm very happy with the house itself. It's just I think it turned out really cute. The I'm not sure what area is absolutely my favorite. I think it's the laundry room. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I and yeah, the toilet roll turned out to be a little weird placed, but again, that's an easy fix. Yeah, I think it's I keep seeing that floor that I forgot, but I think this turned out very nice. I'm very happy with my little cluttering. Um, and the decking, I think it's called that seating area, really cute. You can definitely add more plants. There's always room for more plants. And the garden itself, I'm very happy with it. Pretty detailed. This is the first time I've really detailed the outdoors. Dustbins, all three of them, because these are people who are recycling. I decided that this was pretty much the only flower bed that they had some organization with, and with the rest of them, they just took the seeds, threw them around, and hope for the best. Because that sounds like something that I would do if I had a yard or a garden. Um, yeah, I'm pretty very happy with what I ended up with. I do feel like I could do with a bit more decorating in my builds, but on the whole, yeah, actually decently happy with it. This has been a very fun challenge. If you haven't tried it yet, I would recommend it. Be aware that the diagonal is it's challenging, but honestly, it's fun. These shell challenges are a lot of fun. Um, and yeah, don't have anything else to say. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bless.